Hello VC, Ed from on my turntable here. It is Saturday, July 27th, Saturday morning actually. What looks to be a beautiful weekend down here in Connecticut. Wanted to put a quick video, a contest entry, and then when I'm done with this, I am out the door and enjoying the rest of this beautiful day outside. So this is a contest entry for Doug. His channel is the Auditory Vinyl. I've got my notes right here. So apparently Doug had a channel in the past. I wasn't aware of that. I'm new to the VC myself. But his current channel, he's looking to up the subscription rate, get some friends to watch his videos as well. I've enjoyed his channel quite a bit. We have a lot of fun dialogue back and forth. So Doug's a good guy. I'll put a link to his contest below. And this thread's been going around for quite a bit already. So Doug asked for 3 things for his contest entry. The first thing was to pick a channel, give a shout out to a channel in the VC, and also show something that channel might show, a record they might talk about. So I've been enjoying a lot of great channels out there over the past couple of months since I came into the fray of this community. It's been a lot of fun. And one channel I really enjoy is Mad for Vinyl, which is Mark's channel. I believe he's in upstate New York. So Mark over at Mad for Vinyl, I'll put a link to his channel below. He has a fair number of subscribers already anyway, but just in case you don't know who he is, you can go check him out. We have a lot of the same similarities in music when it comes to pop and R&B and Motown and soul, and particularly Stax. So I think something that Mark would show on his channel, I'm pretty confident he would if he hasn't already at some point, is his What Stax. This is the soundtrack to the Stax roster, the concert at the LA Coliseum in August of 1972, a fundraiser for the community. All the key players of Stax, the Stax roster is here for this one-day concert event. I just got through watching the Stax documentary on Max. It was 4 parts, I believe. They showed a lot of footage from this concert I had not seen before. This is just stellar stuff. It made me go back and listen to this and play this again. Here's the gatefold. Yep, so all the heavy hitters are on here for Stax at the time. Just classic stuff. Staple singers, Eddie Floyd, Carla Thomas and Rufus Thomas, the Bar-Kays, Albert King, the Soul Children, and of course, Isaac Hayes is on here, closing out with Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine. Here's the factory inner sleeve that I have with the double LP. They both come in these sleeves, and there's a blurb on the other side about the event itself on that day. And of course, you know, you have the classic, Stax label right here, yellow label, which is really cool. So I think Mark at Mad for Vinyl would definitely show that record. So next up, we had to pick 2 rare LPs or bands that don't really get talked about that much on the VC. So I've got a couple here. So one is the Go-Betweens from Australia. So I love the Go-Betweens. They're really great, and this is the only Go-Betweens that I have. Actually, that's not true. I have the Go-Betweens here, Tallulah, which came out in 1987, released on the Big Time label here in the States. And I also have a CD compilation of Bella Vista Terrace, the best of the Go-Betweens that came out in the late 90s, which has pretty much all of their key tracks on here. Not sure if you can see that. I love the Go-Betweens, but buying their catalog here in the States and anywhere I try and find them, it's just pretty rare and crazy expensive. So I guess this is really a little message out there that if anybody can point me in the direction of getting some Go-Betweens records, discography, at a decent price, a reliable place, feel free to shoot me a message and let me know. But I love this band. The House That Jack Kerouac Built, Bye Bye Pride were the main songs on here, but just great stuff. The Go-Betweens, so really wonderful. And the next record I have is something I've never seen on the VC before, and something that I actually almost forgot that I had. It's pretty rare, I think, anyway. This is The Frogs. It's Only Right and Natural on Homestead from 1989. So The Frogs were 2 brothers from Milwaukee. Yeah, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jimmy and Dennis Flimian were their names. So this is pretty lo-fi, reel-to-reel, made in the living room kind of stuff. And all of the tracks have to do at the time of all about very satirical, but very overtly just gay lyrics, very sexually explicit lyrics. And I can remember listening to this at the time when I got it from a friend of mine back in 1989. I was a 22 young gay man listening to this, and I couldn't believe they were saying stuff like this. Right now it seems, just kind of tame in today's environment, but back in 1989, to put out something like this, almost as a joke and making fun of the people who were just politically, was pretty gutsy at the time. So this is one of these bands that got a lot of props and praise from the big groups at the time, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, love these guys, Beck, Smashing Pumpkins, the Lemonheads, that whole ilk. They all talked about how they love the Frogs and they love this record. So this is definitely a cult classic right here. I actually went and played it a couple days ago just to reacquaint myself with it, and it's pretty bare bones and lo-fi, like I said, and it's it's tongue-in-cheek and kind of funny. And you've got some fun song titles here, such as I Don't Care If You Disrespect Me, Just So You Love Me. Hot Cock Annie is on here. Someone's Pinning Me to the Ground, and of course the classic Been a Month Since I Had a Man. So you get the idea. So this is the Frogs. It's Only Right and Natural on Homestead from 1989. And lastly, we had to pick an artist that had been in either a number of different bands or maybe different bands, did a solo career, sort of that area. So I went with Terry Hall. So here we are. Terry Hall is on here, of course. The Specials. Everybody's pretty much familiar with this LP. It's a classic of the two-tone movement over there in the UK, produced by Elvis Costello. A Message to You, Rudy, all of it. Too Much Too Young, Blank Expression, etc., etc. So the Specials with Terry Hall, their debut, a classic, absolutely phenomenal. Then Terry Hall went into form Fun Boy 3. So this is Waiting. This is their second LP, produced by David Byrne, from 1983, I want to say. Yeah, 1983. I actually got this in the original shrink wrap with the hype sticker. It was sealed when I got it. I paid $15 for it a couple years ago at Generation Records in New York City. So this is pretty great. Their version of Our Lips Are Sealed is very different than the Go-Go's version. Terry Hall wrote it with Jane Whelan together. And while the Go-Go's version is very light and poppy, the version on here, it's not menacing, but it's certainly darker in tone, a little bit more deeper, a little bit more heavy, and the song just takes on a different meaning and context when you listen to Fun Boy 3's version. But this is a great record overall. Definitely my favorite Fun Boy 3 album, their second one, I believe, and this is Waiting from 1983. And then after Fun Boy 3, Terry Hall went to form the Color Field, where at this point I believe it was just a duo between him and one other gentleman. So I talked about this on my last Vinyl Finds. I had no Color Field before, wanted to get it to start to complete my Terry Hall stuff on vinyl. I know he's got an official solo LP out, but I don't have that yet. So this is fine, pretty by the numbers, 80s new wave. The second side is better than the first side, and except for an ill-advised cover of the Monkey She, which is pretty terrible, if you ask me. But this is the Color Field, Terry Hall, and whoever the other guy is, he could even make the cover. So it might even be a solo record, for all I know. So there you go. That's my entry for Doug Auditory Vinyl. Feel free to comment, send me some feedback if you'd like. I'm having a good time. This is a fun contest. I'll put a link to his channel below. And everybody out there, whenever you're watching this, have a great day. Have a great weekend if this is the weekend. And like I said, with everything going on out there, let's take a moment to be kind to one another. Thanks, folks.